welcome to my channel. I have a post review for you today, or just a completed painting that I've just completed now, and it's as it says, a 30x40. I bought it from the Yogotop store on AliExpress, and it's been really nice to work on. I haven't had any issues with the drills, and I think it looks really good. I'm really pleased with that, and it's again a bit fun because I'm standing closer to it than you are seeing it, so it's much more pixelated for me. But I guess when I've just put it into the frame and hang it on the wall, it's going to look just as nice as you see it. I just wanted to show how much I've got left of drills, and I've got plenty left. I didn't run out of any colors, and as you can see, this is the 939, and I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so that's 1,000. I've got 2,000 drills leftovers here, and that's the case of many of the colors. There's leftovers in some of them, and I've got some of them where I've got 2 or 3 bags left over. Some of them the bags have just had one color, or there's just been one color of that bag, but there's been plenty left. So definitely a good store with respect to the drills. The drills has, especially these ones, has been a bit bad, and that's perhaps why they've given me some extras, just to be able to take the good out and throw them away. So I did have some garbage in the 939. There's not much 310s in it, so that was really nice. But otherwise, the other colors has been really nice, easy to work with. So yeah, I'm definitely going to save these and put them into my spare drills. So I just wanted to show you which kind of frame I use from this. This frame I bought here in Denmark in a store where it was, I think, half price, so I was able to pick up a lot of them, or not a lot, but I have some that I can just do. It's a poster frame, so they're quite ordinary, with acrylic glass in it. It's not glass, but acrylic glass, yeah. So so it says "Be a rainbow" in someone else's cloud. So but what I do when I frame these is that I just need to have a scissor, is that I just cut. It's because this is a perfect match, so I need just to cut the sides off, and I cut them into the diamonds, the sides. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's as close as you can get, especially when there are these perfect matches. So I just cut here, and let's see if we can just do this. It goes pretty quick, so it's not the most. I have already, before I start to frame them, I always use my pin roller, which is this big guy here, and I go over it with the pin roller, and then I brush up with a soft brush any residue which might be left on the painting. And I can just see there's something on here, and then I just check for hairs and so on, because I've got dogs and a cat, so sometimes there's hair stuck, but I'm most of the time able to take it out with the tweezer. I always save, I throw these parts out, of course, but I always save this part, and I do that because if some of the beads fall off, or it's really nice to have the inventory sheet, so you can just go back and see what color it is, and and find the correct drill for it. So a final check. As you can see, I've got my light pad on, and that's because I just wanted to check if there's anything on it. I'm just checking that all the drills are proper down. I think I've got one here, because sometimes they overlay each other, and you're able to feel that with your fingers. It feels like you're like being stopped by a drill or anything, because it's not flat in that area where they overlay. So use your fingers just to feel around and see if there's something which seems higher than the others, and see if you can just press it down. And as you can see, I use my drill pen for it, just to make sure that they're all nice and flat and laid down really well. There's one here I can see with my eyes which is poking up, and again, but you simply go over it. And this I also do even after I've been over it with the roller pen, because sometimes if they're really good overlaid on top of each other, the roller pen can't get it down. So that's when you have to do some manual work just to make sure that they are placed rather good on, or they are not overlaying each other, and so on. But this feels like okay now. I can just lift it up to you so you can see. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't, because I've got the iPad on. Let's just see. No. Can you see it down? No, you can't see it. Are you able? Yeah, you're able to see it like this. Perhaps I'm just going to lift you down then. Let's see if I can get you off here. Sorry. But we can just check the quality of the beads. As you can see, they're quite good. And as you can see as well, there are still some hair stuck in them. So perhaps I just need to take my toothbrush on it again. It's always difficult when you got dogs and so on in your house with sheds. But yeah, they're quite nice. So I just think I'm going to go over it with the brush one more time. I hope I'm going to get you situated so it's okay. Yeah, well, I think that's okay. I'm just going to take you back a bit. I think like that. So perfect. So let's see if I can find my brush again. And yeah, as you can see, I just had a drill pop up here. So that always happens, I think, when I'm using my brush. But I just go over it again just to make sure that we've got it all off, but I think it is. So got one hair here, which I just used the tweezers to get out. see if I can get them off like this. And here's one as well. And here's one. But just take your time and yeah, have some decent lights, some good lights on it, just to make sure that it looks good. So I'm just going to keep it over here. So some small hairs here that I'm able to get off here, and here I've got some, but they're really fine and thin, and I think they're from my blouse probably, so they're stuck in between the drills sometimes, so like that. And I think I've got them all now. So yeah, use your tweezers and your toothbrush and see how much of it you can get off. But most of it just comes off without too much issues. So I'm just going to check one final time. Got one here as well. See if I can get that one off. Yeah, it seems to be fine now. Oh, just got one off here. Where did I place it? Here. So just bust one off here. Put it back down there. So yeah. Oh, where did that come off? Here. So like that. Yeah. Checking it again. I think now it looks really good. There's no hairs on it anymore. Perfect. So let's take the frame, and as I said, just an ordinary cheap frame, nothing wild, not for these, and I think I'm going to buy a portfolio for the smaller ones with it, so I can change around with my frame. So when it's not winter anymore, I can take that away, place it somewhere else, and yeah, and use this frame for something else that I would like to have in it. So just placing it down, and as you can see, perfect fit. I just need to check here. Did that have a drill? Yeah, there was a drill falling off. Annoying. Let's see, where did that go? Here. I think when I've completed this picture, or when it's going to go into my portfolio, when I've got that one together, I think I am going to seal this one, because I think the drills are coming off a bit too easy. But let's see, perhaps when it's been under pressure for a couple of weeks, it's going to be fine. As you can see on the back, there have been some puckers in it, but it doesn't affect the canvas as such. So the drill fill, I haven't had any issues with those puckers, so I'm not that worried about them anymore. I need to see what's upside down. This is upside, so here is it just going in, and then we just seal it. Let's see. The frame frame, the frame in itself, this part here, the black part, is just cheap plastic. So I don't think that I paid much more than $2 for it, so that's okay for such a small painting. So here we've got the final result with another hair stuck to it. Yeah, so definitely a store that I would recommend, and quite happy with the result. I'm just going to put it out in my kitchen and hang it up, and yeah. So next step, or next painting I'm going to prepare for, is my queen that I bought of that store on Alibaba. Perhaps I'm going to do a live where we can do some setting up the painting, and you can get my first thought, and we can talk a bit about it. So yeah, have a really nice evening, and if we don't talk to each other in a live before Christmas, have a really nice holiday and a really nice Christmas, and happy Christmas and a happy new year. Talk to you soon and see you, and remember to give me a thumbs up, sign up if you want to subscribe to the channel, and yeah, bye for now. Happy diamond painting.